All right, so it is currently 12:20 a.m. Sunday, May 17th. We were so close to being consistent, but we didn't meet the Saturday to Saturday.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean, the thing's going to get uploaded
12:20
Wednesday, so...
Sunday, man. It's terrible. We're
Close
so
enough.
close. Anyway, so last time we talked about like how we weren't super unhappy like we thought we would be with the Switch 2.
Yeah, it's been a kind of, okay first year.
Been a good C. Been a good 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Just across the board.
Yeah. But we've heard rumors now that the next Direct will be, was it June or July?
June.
So, you want to jump right into that, or do you have any general thoughts you want to say first?
I mean, I think we got everything out last time.
That's fair. That's fair. Would you like to introduce our guest?
I was about to say, we got a special guest joining us today. I thought you looked like you were about to say something.
I was waiting for my cue.
That was your cue. We have a special guest.
What are we going by? Are we going by names or gamer tags?
Shit, I'll just call you Patrick.
Well,
I'm Patrick John Flanagan. Hello, guys.
Yeah, I got my brother on here.
And I'm happy to be here.
That's so sick. Patrick, how do you feel about the Nintendo Switch 2 thus far?
Honest to God, the exclusives are lackluster. I was very excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I really love Donkey Kong. However, it just didn't hit right for me. I feel like I need a 2D game to really make it stick. I need new Splatoon, new Donkey Kong, and then we'll be set. But honestly, Mario Kart didn't hit for me either. Mario Kart World.
Hey, Mario Kart did kind of suck.
Yeah. So
it's kind of had a resurgence for me with playing Knockout Tour a shit ton. I've been having a lot of fun with that, but
just left a lot to be desired.
Agreed.
Honestly. Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm
just saying, I've been kind of what's it called? Turning around on a little bit.
All right.
Are you excited for Raiders, or are you more of a multiplayer person?
I like multiplayer a lot better.
I do too. Yeah.
The DLC for Splatoon is it's terrible. It's honestly terrible. Like, I don't have fun playing it. No replay value. I loved Octo expansion, but the side order was just terrible.
The side order was 3, right?
Yeah.
I am playing 3. I think Splatoon 2 is the best one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I also like multiplayer most of all. I enjoyed single player. Like, I did it to get like the hero replica items, and that was cool. Like, the platforming's fun, but it's definitely not like something I am looking forward to playing as like an entire full thing. And I know that Raiders is more of like it's more Salmon Run than it is like story mode, but Salmon Run's like my least favorite thing.
Yeah, I really never hop on for some Salmon Run, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really my thing, but I'm open to changing my mind if it looks really cool. Like, I'm down with some roguelikes. Wizard of Legends like one of my top 3 to 5 games ever. I love that game, so I'm if it's anything like that, I'm down.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think Switch 2 is kind of mid.
Yeah.
Honestly. No new things with the mouse controls either. Just kind of, I think we need a Mario Maker, a Splatoon, a Smash, and then we'll really get the crazy stuff rolling.
The generation will really get going then. But yeah, I mean, Patrick and I, just a like little background. Obviously we're brothers, but we have been literally like following the Switch generation, the Switch era, since the beginning. We were there at launch, and pretty much have been around for almost every new release at this point. So we kind of, it'll be fun to bring them on, kind of have like this trio. I feel like we're all very much on that train. Mm-hmm. So it should be good getting into what we're about to talk about here with year 2. We are, as Milo said, it's May 17th. Next week is my birthday. And in like 3 weeks from now will be the 1-year anniversary of the Switch 2.
Jesus.
And we know Star Fox in June, Splatoon
Heaven?
Raiders and Rhythm Heaven in July. Did we get in August? Or is that just like we're slotting Fire Emblem there? until that officially gets announced.
I think Fire Emblem, because I don't know if they said it was going to be summer or if people just kind of assumed that. I don't really keep track of Fire Emblem releases, but I'm pretty sure everyone seems to be convinced that it's August.
I feel like it'll be a summer, maybe early fall.
As someone
I could see that being a September.
As someone that intends on completely ignoring it,
yeah,
I don't expect anything else to be in August. So
fair. And then what else? Is there anything else
I think
that
that's
we're missing based on?
I think that's all that we have like for this year.
Yeah. So we don't know a lot about what's coming up.
Yeah, they've gotten us. We've been pretty consistent up to this point. Like we've had at least something every month, but it's starting to dry up. Like
Yeah,
we kind of fall off a cliff after the summer.
for real. And Pokemon is not until next year.
That's true. Yeah.
What, winds and waves?
Yeah, 2027 release.
No.
So
Thank God.
yeah, same.
Well, what do you mean by that? Thank God.
I think it's nice that they're delaying it a little bit because I think the game will need more dev time than.
I just think that it would be the same either way.
Yeah.
Pokemon. I mean, they could just take like.
ZA did take a while, and it also came out crap. But I think that like even if this game, like I think it looks really good. Even if it comes out and sucks, I still think that it does a lot of good to establish like a cadence where people don't expect it every year.
I just feel like they stray away from the DS Pokemons where now you can like but they changed it to you can run around in the wild and you'll find the Pokemon instead of run around in grass and then the fight starts.
Yeah,
I just really don't like that. I really just hate it. Yeah, I really hate it. I mean, I got turned off of Pokemon. My last Pokemon game was like Pokemon Shield, and even I mean, I enjoyed it, but
Shield is kind of ass.
I enjoyed it. The Ultra Moon, Moon, X, Alpha Sapphire, those probably the peak. I never played Black and White, but those four, that had the formula down.
Well, I got a lot of information from that.
Hey, I just watching the new games. It's just like you go around and then you start spamming A. Like, where's the strategy?
Yeah, I was about to say playing ZA and just making the battle system a mash fest is not at all.
It's just
what
not
I wanted from
Pokemon.
it.
It's not.
I don't know Legends that well at all, but
Yeah, I've never played any.
the
Legends
only-
Arceus was not bad.
The only thing I
liked it a
heard
lot.
about like the overworld encounters is that it makes shiny hunting way easier. And also people don't like getting interrupted for a cutscene, but I really don't care either way.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here hoping I can actually get into one of these games one day.
I mean, when they're good, sure.
When they're good.
I'll never play Pokemon again. God bless them.
Thank you.
You can borrow my shit. When
You
Winds
should
and
play
Waves
Black
comes out,
and
I'm
White.
probably buying the double pack.
You should play Black and White.
That's everything we know.
Yeah.
I know last week, we mentioned this, there's this one leak from Nate the Hate that was talking about, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Just a couple of other things that might be coming within the next year-ish. Pikmin 4 Switch 2 Edition. Switch Sports, either a new game or Switch 2 Edition.
I'm actually excited for that.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Ocarina of Time remake, second half of the year. And Duskbloods.
What's Duskbloods?
The shit from FromSoft at the Switch 2
Remember
Direct.
the on the April 2nd?
The realistic looking game? The
Yeah,
Blood-
It looked like
yeah.
Bloodborne.
Okay.
I thought it was Bloodborne, like when I first
It's
saw
like
it.
some multiplayer Souls game type
Yeah.
shit.
I'm assuming, what was the other one? Rain something? Night Rain? I think it was-
Elden Ring?
No, Night Rain. Elden Ring, Night Rain, I think.
Yeah.
There was a multiplayer game called Night Rain.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like that.
But that's all we got. 3D Mario is coming in 2027 according to this. So
I
really gotta
think
wait. gonna be the holiday release.
I really only care about Ocarina and Switch Sports 2. Poisonally.
Yeah. So we got a lot of question marks going into year 2. And I want to know what y'all think we might see that hasn't been announced or leaked yet.
Well, to start off with, I don't want to, like, especially with, like, leaks and rumors and stuff, it's really good not to get your hopes up and, like,
Oh, no, yeah.
believe
for sure.
that. That being said, I'm, like, 99% sure that that's all going to happen this
Even
year.
so, it's all stuff that we've mentioned and kind of like gone over a little bit. We can talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm just
but
saying
I'm
that like at a
talking, like-
baseline, all of that stuff I'm fully expecting to come true.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really know what to expect because I wanted to imagine, like, this time last year, I really wanted to imagine that they were gonna, like, have a gigantic blowout and, like, have a gigantic release every month. Like, people talk about, like, oh, we need another Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. It's like, you can't just make something like that. Like, that's not something they can, like, choose to do. But what they can choose to do is undertake like big projects that are intended on launching like either alongside or soon after, and they just didn't do that. So
I still cannot believe they decided to launch Bonanza a month after the console dropped.
yeah, that is kind of
That would have been a killer holiday title.
maybe.
But what could they have added? Like made it like a little bit longer or something?
Well, no, just like releasing it.
Yeah, but I think
later
people
in
were
the-
hungry for something to get the Switch 2 for.
That's what
I think
Mario
it
Kart was
was-
before the thing came out.
That's what I'm like. Breath of the Wild was so perfect. I think the Switch 2's like first 2 months made total sense because I think Mario Kart is like the most popular thing they could have put out with it, and definitely is going to attribute like millions of sales. Like I think Mario Kart is like the thing that I would launch a console with,
Yeah.
and Bonanza was there so close after because Mario Kart is one of those things where you can't, like, you have to be a very specific type of person to play that super often. So I think like having a pick up and play platformer is like really, really important.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think it makes sense.
I wish Metroid had a bit more of a like a grand feeling to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that would have made more sense to be like a hey, this is a big kind of game, but it kind of just fizzled out a little
Yeah.
bit. It wasn't.
They're
it didn't
wasting their
hit.
time on some Metroid Prime. They gotta finish the Donkey Kong Country Returns trilogy.
Damn right.
Yeah. And that'll sell. Swear to God.
So 10 copies at least, probably.
To me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Buy that shit 10 times.
I'll see to it. But
But yeah, other than that,
yeah,
I don't really know because it's really hard to say. I think that all of that stuff is going to be revealed in like the June Direct.
yeah.
Um,
It's crazy because that's the other thing. This is the first time we've gone for like more than half a year of time without like a Nintendo Direct, like a general Nintendo Direct. Because the last one was September.
I'm starving.
yeah, it is miserable too.
No
Because
lie.
the last one was September, and the biggest thing September had was Fire Emblem.
Yeah, bro, you save a direct. You have a direct, and the last thing is Fire Emblem. Like, come on, you don't know what you're doing.
I don't.
Then you're shadow dropping stuff on Twitter.com. Like, come on.
Like that's been crazy to me, seeing them just like shadow drop Splatoon Raiders. That shit just never showed up in a Nintendo Direct. Ever.
They want Nintendo Today to matter.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of that.
I mean, it's
I think
more exciting to imagine a world where you don't have to wait for a direct, because when we're in droughts like these, like, realistically, in like 3 days, some random Tuesday, we could get some big announcement. But
yeah,
it's
but I
just
feel like
way less
there's
fun that
something-
way.
Yeah, I was about to say there's something about the direct format that whether or not it sucks, whether or not it's like you got something to look forward to. You at least have like a this is where we're at kind of thing. You have that checkpoint from Nintendo being here's where we're at, here's where we'll be in a few months. We'll see you 5 months from now or something like that. And it's been weird not seeing something like that. I know like game dev has gotten a lot more difficult, and I know with the Switch 2 jumping to 4K, I feel like that and like the more power and all that shit kind of jumping up to where we're at now might play a little bit of a factor in that, but at the same time they held on to Tomodachi Life for a year
yeah,
before releasing it.
I feel like
So they have to have
before-
something. I just don't know what the hell their plan is.
before the Switch 2 came out, the Switch 1 was like drying up, like expectedly. Like we got like Showtime, Brothership, and then they
World
announced
Championships.
Yeah, like they had a lot of like good stuff at the end, but it was mostly just like you guys had to cook this for a while. Like they waited a little bit to have that much stuff to announce at once. And the thought was that they were all making stuff for Switch 2, which is still probably the case.
Yeah.
But the release schedule is just so ass backwards. I mean, aside from like the Nate the Hate thing, I think that reasonably we can expect like Mario Kart World DLC.
I hope we can.
That should have come out like months ago.
I feel like I saw something the other day on Twitter. It was like some interview with Nintendo saying Mario Kart World is a crucial, like critical game going forward, and I'm like, in what sense? We haven't heard anything about this game other than you added Bob-omb Blast to it. Congratulations. Where the hell's our DLC?
Sure. I don't even like when I say like, DLC, I mean like free updates. I'm not paying for that shit.
That I also get that, but I'm saying like something like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has been getting steady updates, like both free and paid.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking this is what Mario Kart should have been doing. I feel like this would have been the perfect game to just kind of be like supporting more and more over time instead of, maybe like a couple smaller updates and Bob-omb Blast. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting in a game mode that you put in to the base game of 8 Deluxe.
We need Cops and Robbers. What's it called?
Renegade Roundup.
Renegade Roundup in Mario Kart World. We need Diddy Kong.
We need better.
They need to fix the drifting. I went back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and it feels like so smooth, and then I go back to Mario Kart World. It just sucks to play. It just sucks.
It's sad too. It shouldn't be bad to play.
Honestly, Mario Kart should always feel smooth, but I guess no.
I don't know, but yeah, I think like I'm imagining another Direct, and I'm thinking it opens with like Switch Sports 2 or whatever. I think it closes with Ocarina because that's like their 40th thing.
Yeah. Zelda 40th.
And I think that it's really just going to extend to like the second half of this year and like maybe tease something for next year.
Maybe. Yeah.
And on that front, I'm imagining like Kid Icarus remake or like new game maybe. Like I'm trying to think of like big things that are like understandable because like I also think that they're digging into the back pockets a little bit. Like Tomodachi Life had like one game on the 3DS.
Rhythm Heaven,
Ocarina, Kirby Air Riders, Prime kind of counts because it was announced. Like when it was announced, it was already kind of a dead series. Like Prime 4 was not like an expectation.
Yeah, I feel like Prime 4 was a huge announcement in like 2017.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so I think Metroid
took
counts.
8 years to come out.
Metroid counts too because they were digging into the back pocket then for that. So I'm just saying that like.
You know what I think we could see?
Huh?
We could see another 2D Metroid.
It's possible.
I feel like we might be around the time for that. Metroid 6?
Yeah.
Could see that either, back half of... No, we could see that first half of next year, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that, like, this Direct is going to be, like, wrapping up this year, maybe one or two things for next year, or, like, some working titles for next year. But, yeah, I'm thinking, like, 2D Metroid's a good one. Mario Kart World, some kind of update, because that game sucks. And I'm thinking, like, they're going to pull something out of the back pocket that's, like, Tomodachi Life level, like Kid Icarus, where it's, like, a lot of people are excited for it. Nobody expected it, but it's not, like, a massive, like, system-selling game.
Tomodachi Life and Pokopia were system sellers. I know people that got Switch 2s. My coworker got a Switch 2 just for Tomodachi Life. Like, bro.
I remember that.
Why? That's a Switch 1 game.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So many people are walking into stores and buying Switch 2s for Tomodachi Life.
Your coworker's an idiot.
I don't know if they had a Switch 1. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I hope not.
As the thing is, like, even still, people are getting Switch 2s for both of those games.
No, when I say system seller, I don't mean... Like, I think every game that comes out can sell a system.
Oh, no, for sure.
Like, bigger niche markets for people. Like, Tomodachi Life could have, like, more of a casual gamer market. Yeah. Mario Kart, casual gamer. Breath of the Wild, I mean...
Everyone. Like, like when I say system seller, I'm talking like you're moving millions of units at once.
Smash Bros.
Smash,
Like
Zelda,
your big games.
Mario.
I'm still to this day surprised that Pokopia was moving units like that. Like not like that, but like it was very close. I feel I saw so many people like going into retailers just to buy Pokopia and a Switch 2. Like that, those two items moved a lot. It was ridiculous.
I don't know how that had so much motion. I'm not sure.
I don't either, but you know what? More power to them.
Pokemon always kind of had that motion.
Pokemon have been out of motion since it came out.
Yeah, Pokemon is a scam.
It all sucks.
I love Pokemon.
I used to love Pokemon.
Yeah. I still love Pokemon. I just kind of ignore what comes out now. Anyway, yeah, I think that like I don't want to say that like the Nate leaks are all we should expect, but I find it really difficult to try to think of something that could fit within the next 8 or so months that wasn't mentioned. Because outside of like DLC, I don't really see any other game that's like big enough to worry about fitting in there. Like another direct happens, I'm sure we're gonna get like farming simulators and JRPGs from Square Enix, and
they're gonna fill out that hour time.
Yeah, like they're gonna have like stuff there, but nothing like crazy. And I just like, I don't know. I feel like Ocarina is probably the biggest thing we could realistically expect this year, and as someone that loves Ocarina, that's really lame.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, 3D Mario coming out next year with Pokemon. Again, it's like I don't really like most of the big titles that like when I'm thinking like a big game, I'm thinking like Game of the Year contender. Like something that Nintendo holds on to as like this is like the 70, 80, God forbid, dollar game that's going to sell consoles. Mm-hmm. And I usually don't see that happening in the beginning half of the year. So, given that, like, this year I'm expecting Ocarina at most, next year we're basically guaranteed to get Mario and Pokemon at the end, I don't really see, like, Smash coming out or 3D Mario coming out any earlier than that. Like, I don't, like, January to, like, next June, I don't see Smash like, existing in that frame.
Yeah.
Maybe Animal Crossing, because I think New Horizons is, like, hella old now, and people don't realize that it's old.
Yeah.
They need a new pandemic to release a new Animal Crossing.
Hey, we're getting one soon.
Cancer virus, baby.
Might happen.
Animal Crossing.
They have they had a great shot in 2020, and they have a great shot in 2026.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's new money.
But yeah, I mean, like, when I like take a step back and like think about it, Smash and Animal Crossing and Mario are like the 3 oldest giant games that we could get, and I just don't know what to think about that. As much as I want Smash, I feel like the golden window has come and gone.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I've been saying
not really gone.
We're probably not seeing it until 2028 at the
which is
earliest.
Like ridiculous, bro. That's 10 years. Why? Ultimate? 10 years with Brawl would have been fine.
He's not lying.
I just like look. When people say they want single player in their Smash Bros. Games, Subspace is like, sure, I like Subspace. I'm talking, when I say that, I'm talking coin launcher.
What? I'm talking about cutscenes.
No, cutscenes are like cool the first time you see them, and then you'll visit them like maybe once a year after that.
I watched them a lot of times.
I'm talking, like, when I'm saying,
think about the edits.
I'm talking about like when I was a kid playing Brawl, and I didn't really feel like fighting CPUs again, I could back out to, like, the front menu, like the Smash, Solo, Vault, all that shit. There was tons of stuff to do in there. Like, Coin Launcher is just, like, some random, like, there's, like, random arcadey single-player shit to do.
Smash 4 had more stuff to do than Ultimate.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Most games do, and that's really sad, because Ultimate kind of devoted itself to, like,
the whole
multiplayer
thing.
Yeah.
And Spirits, which
everything else
trash.
fell apart because of it. Like, they added home run contest and stage builder in an update.
Yeah, and like who the fuck cares about home run contest?
Fucking ridiculous.
Listen, P-Game, new Smash, original 12, whole revamped movesets, different art style, because, you know, the saturation for Ultimate is kind of like bland.
Trash.
Yeah. So, new art style, original 12, free updates for new characters, and we keep that going.
You're saying that it releases with the original 12 and nothing else, and then everything else comes out for free?
Yes, because people are hungry.
I don't think that's...
Or they release with 30 characters, and then they add from
I was about to say, I feel like we could see, like, most of the veterans return. Like, aside from, like, you know, about a bunch of the semi-clones and shit, like, most of the, like, important characters come back. And then, you know, over time, we could see them, you know, doing the whole free update thing where, you know, we get, like, I don't know, fucking Corrin back. Or Dr. Mario.
What's the likelihood that...
I just really want Pichu, bro.
How likely is it that in June they announce Smash for, like, next spring?
I give you a 2% chance.
That's what I'm saying. Like...
I give you 2%.
Because I don't know... I don't think it should wait till 2028. I think 10 years between any two entries of a game is ridiculous.
Hey, we waited 11 for Mario Kart.
I know, and look at how that turned out.
Yep.
That shit was terrible.
But who would be working on Smash at this time to have it out by...
They're employees.
Well, Sakurai was awesome Air Riders.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Sakurai has to be working on Smash. Like,
well, you think they're doing it in-house?
I think you remember the whole thing with Studio 2 and Studio S from Bandai?
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Bandai Namco like made 2 studios solely for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of them's been working on Smash in the background.
I think Smash is way too big for them to be completely reliant on Sakurai to give the green light.
I was about to say, at this point, I feel like...
That guy is old, and he's like a breath away from retirement, and Smash Bros. Has just been making more and more money with every release.
They just got to be passing the torch with this one.
Yeah, and it's like... I don't know.
If they let Sakurai off or have him like oversee it a little bit, and then this one flops, they're probably just gonna lose a lot of like motivation to make Smash again. So
that's not true.
It's a pretty important entry right here.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the most important Smash game.
Getting off from Sakurai's vision, you know, trying to make your own spin on it, or just trying to keep it the same.
Having Bamco on Smash for 2 games. Going through and doing DLC for, you know, Smash 4, and then going straight into Ultimate. I feel like a lot of the people that were working on that game have a very solid foundation for how to, you know, make a game like this.
I think,
you know, something that, you know, a lot of games that try to, sorry to cut you off, but a lot of games that try to emulate platform, like Nasby or... Rivals, or
get Rivals on Switch too.
Fucking multiverses. A lot of these games just don't have the same kind of like vibe or oomph or feel that, you know, a game like Smash Bros. Does.
They don't.
Like you could say this about, you know, any entry in the series besides maybe 64, but nothing comes close to a Smash Bros. Game.
No
and I feel like they've been taking these two, like, you know, whether it was planned or not, they've been taking this. These like Bamco studio, these Bamco employees, devs, whatever, and you know, giving them the hey, Smash Bros. Here's how you do it. Sakurai ain't gonna be around forever, so.
But Sakurai is the man with the connections, the third-party connections. That's a well-respected man. He gets a bunch of connections to other like companies and people who will allow him to put Snake and Sans in the game.
That's true, but
that's the only man who can do it.
We are at a point where I feel like someone you could hear the word Smash. Like Disney approached, I think what was it? Was it Sakurai or was it a Nintendo rep about Sora?
I don't know.
It was something like that. But Disney pitched that for Smash Bros.
Not Disney. Smash is a huge marketing opportunity for anyone. I don't think that they really need Sakurai there to do any of the key work anymore. Like, he built such a strong foundation that I think, like, I genuinely feel like he could have absolutely no part in this next game, and nobody could tell if they didn't tell you. Like, they could release a trailer, like, tomorrow, teasing the next game, and there would be debates like, oh my god, is he working on it? And no one would be able to tell. Like, not a soul would be able to tell. Because if nothing else, Nintendo games are, like, polished as hell. And I think that, like, especially what you said about, like, the last 2 being the same studio, the last 2 are probably, like, the best from, like, a gameplay standpoint.
Agreed.
And it's, like... I mean, I wish there was a little bit more content in them.
Oh, no, for sure.
And, like, all that stuff. But, like, the people that are making them, it's obviously not a one-person job. And I don't know. I think that you can completely remove him from the equation at this point and get something just as good.
Or at least have him supervise.
If he
really wants to be like part of the team, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to have him just like, produce, supervise, and be like, hey, here's a couple ideas for you.
Also, if you count Smash 4 as like 2 different games, Smash 4, Melee, and Ultimate were the only ones that like released in like that winter window. I know Brawl was delayed.
Brawl was spring, right?
Brawl released in March. 64 released in April.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even... Like, I think that most people kind of expect it to be like a holiday thing, because, like, you look at any graph and you're like, oh, video games sell more around the holidays because Black Friday and gift giving and people want video games. But, like, realistically, we didn't get one this year. Or last year, I guess, now. And this year...
get one this year.
This year, we're shaping up to get a remake, so really, what are the rules?
Yeah.
And given, like, I don't know, we're still in the window for Smash because it usually comes out within a year or two. So, I mean, 2027, like, first half of 27 makes sense. I just don't know how likely it is to be in spring. And I think that if it did, it would have to be in this June Direct. Because I think, like, the cycle would have to be appropriately long. But then again, also, who knows? Mario Kart World was announced and released, like, what, a month apart? 2 months? April, May,
technically
June?
it was announced in January.
I guess, but...
And then that was like a, February, March, April, May, 5-month period?
Yeah.
Which still is, not bad.
Bonanza
Mario Kart
got,
8
Bonanza
was
got
announced
3
a
months.
year and, like, some change. No, it was a little under a year from reveal to release for Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, but, like, look, even if we give Smash, like, the credit that it wants and say that it's not going to get less than 5 months between announcement and release, they still could crunch that pretty far. Star Fox is getting 2 months. Bonanza got 2 months. What else is there?
Bonanza got, like 3 months to May,
yeah,
June, July.
Yeah, three months.
That's a pattern, though, I've been noticing with a lot of games, except for, like, Prime 4. There's, like, a lot of games have been getting shorter, like, reveal release.
Yeah, I think, like, that's a deliberate choice. Like, I think that every game that deviates from that was, like, is an outlier. Like, it's literally just, like, development was troubled.
Plan of going...
Tears of the Kingdom was delayed because I think they fully intended on making that for the Switch 2, and then they didn't release it, and things changed. So they took an extra year to optimize for Switch 1. And then Prime 4 just completely stopped and restarted. But, like, outside of those cases, I think it's very rare. Like, they're making a conscious effort to, like, protect their developers and, like, just be very tight-lipped with what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And, given that, like, Smash is the game that it is, I also, I don't think Sakurai is as, like, what's the word?
Involved?
Not involved, but I just, I don't think he's as special as people make him out to be. I think that a lot of, like, especially the old guard at Nintendo, I think they're all very smart and very good at what they do. But
their time's running out.
Tezuka announced retirement.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that, like, Sakurai always talks about himself and props himself up as the quote-unquote, like, only one that can do it. And I just don't think that's true. And I think that the only reason, like, the only thing I'll agree with him on that front is that I think he's the driving force behind there being so much in Smash's hype cycle. Because he gets on and just talks for, like, 30 to 40 minutes at a time.
And he's, like, one of the only developers that people will, sit there and listen to him talk.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why the YouTube channel works.
So if he's not involved in this game, I can definitely see a hype cycle lasting, like, 5 months. Where they announce, like, 2 trailers.
I feel like that would be insane, though. Like, I feel like even if Sakurai isn't as involved in something like this, Nintendo knows better. Like, it's not like Sakurai is the only reason that, every newcomer's getting a trailer, a reveal trailer, or they're not making Smash a big event. Nintendo knows. Like,
I know.
Smash is this big, like, supposed to be this big deal, this big event every time one of these comes out. I feel like we could still see, trailers on trailers for this kind of thing.
Well, sure, but like at the same time, it's like with Switch 2 games so far, like I'm comparing it primarily to Mario Kart and Donkey Kong because those are like the biggest things. Like I think Smash and Mario Kart are a lot more similar.
Yeah.
Than we think, in the sense that like.
Yeah, but still, I feel
Mario
like
Kart.
At least online, Smash, I feel like hits way harder.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mario Kart, you'd be like, okay, cool. New Mario Kart's coming out. Smash is like this big deal.
Drop
speculation.
everything.
Drop everything to watch the new trailer. It like there is like Mario Kart and Smash both fundamentally, serve the same purpose. They're both system sellers. They're both like the Nintendo games essentially. But the hype meter between those two series is drastically different, at least to me.
Yeah, but I think that's also just the part of the Nintendo sphere we exist in. Because you you look at sales numbers, like the people that are buying each thing, it's Smash has the potential to like take Twitter down, but like
and it has.
Yes, and that's cool and all, but do we think that if 8 Deluxe and Ultimate swapped spots, do we think that Ultimate was pulling like hundreds of millions over the lifetime of the Switch?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So,
casual audiences, Mario Kart remains the king.
Oh yeah,
I'd say, and of course, buying like you have to think about parents buying stuff for their kids. You know, they're getting Mario Kart.
Yeah, like there is a difference in like they're not like Mario Kart isn't gonna reveal like fucking Daisy the same way Smash is, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, oh my god, drum roll, please, everyone. But like
Daisy.
Yeah, like no, Smash can get away with a trailer being a character reveal. Mario Kart has to be a little bit more involved. Like they'll have to like release.
I wish Mario Kart was a little more involved. You kidding me?
I know, but like, what I'm saying is like.
Damn, I'm still mad about that direct. Sorry,
everyone's mad.
It just hit again.
But like, even if I don't like Mario Kart was like announced in January, sure, but like it wasn't. I consider it to be announced in April just because that's when we got the trailer. We didn't know a title. We kind of just knew that it was like not 8 in January, so it's like whatever. But if we're talking like from April to June, Mario Kart got a trailer titled as the Direct, and I think like a third trailer in there.
There wasn't a third trailer.
Yeah, It was
literally just those two things.
There were 2 trailers. One of them was called a Direct, but it was a trailer.
It was also like half the info in there was the exact same.
Yeah,
as the first trailer.
And given that game is probably like they want that to be their evergreen title. 8 Deluxe was like the biggest game on Switch 1.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it was 11 years between those two things. I just don't. I wouldn't be surprised if Smash was treated similarly. Like, I think it'll get more time, but I don't think that, like, more than 5 months is a necessity. You know what I mean?
I kind of see your point, yeah.
I think, like, even if they announce Smash in September, like, let's say they do, like, that dumb bullshit where Nintendo today has a fucking update and it's just Smash Bros. Teaser.
Jesus.
30 seconds.
Millions will be pissed.
Yes. 30 seconds on Nintendo Today in the middle of September. And then, like, in January, February, we get another trailer. And it's announced to come out in, like, April, May.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's realistic. It's not likely, but...
I could see that happening.
Yeah, like, especially given that, like, this game is a whole new, like, thing. I don't, like... Ultimate got the time that it got because they were just kind of, like, built. Like, it was just characters. And that was, like, most of what it relied on. But, like, I don't know.
Well, a new game, would you want them to go more casual or more competitive?
What I want?
Because is Sakurai the driving force behind it being more casual?
Well, I think Ultimate was more competitive on that scale.
Than 4?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, content, I guess, it's harder to balance a game with that many fighters.
I just think, like, I don't think that you make a game with parrying and directional air dodging and macros without it being somewhat competitive.
So would you think they'd go more competitive in the next game?
Shit.
Is what's driving Ultimate sales up, even recently, the fact that people are getting it more for competitive or casual purposes? I'm really not sure.
I feel like the competitive market just jumps in at the beginning, and then the casual market keeps it afloat.
Yeah, I think casuals are more important.
Like, Ultimate is still pulling, a few 100,000 copies sold every quarter, right?
I don't know.
Quarter?
I don't really pay attention.
I feel like it'd be hard to find a medium because going too competitive might just completely ruin the game and make the easy to pick up and play part just completely non-accessible.
Yeah, but I've been on the opinion for a while now that Ultimate is very close
to being perfect.
To being perfect.
Just the buffer system.
Like, buffer system, change a few like little things with the engine.
Stop making like
Sticky
everything so safe.
Like it's just a few little like engine tweaks that would make that system near perfect. I think it's close.
I don't think that you really need to choose between competitive and casual with the next game. Like, realistically, I think like both Smash 4 and Ultimate kind of have like that same flair to it where when it comes to like fighting games, they're competitive because they're really complex. And like there's just like command inputs and you have to learn like how scaling works and like which supers come out of which combos and which starters give you which combos. Like they're just complex for the sake of it. I feel like if you make a Smash game, you should just make it feel good. Like people that care will get good at it. And the only time a Smash Bros. Game has ever competitively failed was because they deliberately tried to make it fail.
Yeah. And they added tripping.
Yeah, like they added tripping, everything was super slow, like they killed every combo route that wasn't just like 2 aerials, and it's just like, they went out of their way to do that. I feel like Ultimate was meant to be a little more competitive, adding like certain tech and like movement in there, and like having mechanics like air dodge scaling is like, they're trying to cater to that, but like Smash 4 was just like, I feel like they went in and just were like, let's just make this game feel good to play. People that care will get good at it, and that's just not something we need to even worry about.
Smash 4, it's in a lot of places feels a lot smoother than Ultimate. Ultimate probably has a beat in more categories, but if they like found like ways for movement to not feel so sticky at some points and
perfect pivoting, and also let us run through people again.
Oh yeah,
like
Smash 4 had so much sauce, bro.
No lie.
But yeah, no, like realistically, most of the critiques for like Smash 4 and Ultimate are just like character things. I feel like they just have broken characters, but like at the end of the day, I feel like you could just make a Smash game feel good. People that care will just play it.
Yep.
So I don't really think you need to choose between that, but
I mean, I'm thinking more like choosing to side from like Melee to Brawl. We're gonna make it so casual. Besides from Brawl to Smash 4, we're just going to make it, more like a Smash game and feel a lot nicer. We're not, like a new game, they're not going to make it another Brawl and make it completely slow. Yeah. But you also might not add as many complex mechanics or whatever.
Yeah, like I think, I don't know. It's really hard to say which I think they'll do. Like, I want them to just, ideally just like, put more mini games and like side content in it, and then just fix the characters.
Yeah, stay on balancing and patches longer than when the game is figured out.
I still cannot believe they stopped doing patches after Sora.
I don't know. But, like, yeah. I mean, new Smash game is, like, whatever. But, like, I feel like the only other thing that we could get between this summer and next summer is, like, Mario Maker or, like, 2D Metroid.
Yes, Mario Maker.
I could see Mario Maker.
Fucking want Mario Maker so bad.
I could see Mario Maker. I know.
Or Mario Party, or is that too new? Jamboree
came out in 2024.
Yeah.
Well, they made a Switch 2 edition for it.
Yeah, but that's just a Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, and that shit also sucked.
I thought they tried to drive that as their Mario Party for the Switch 2, I feel like. They gave him the talking flower and everything.
I mean, yeah.
If your game has the talking flower, that's how you know you're in.
But no, I can see Mario Party. I can see Mario Party being next year because I know they do a 3-year cycle for these. Like they did not skip a beat on the Switch with dropping Super in 18, Superstars in 21, Jamboree in 24. I could see them doing a Mario Party next year, maybe early next year.
I think that like the conversations we're having now are really, really similar to the ones we were having this time last year.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
like I'm sitting here thinking, oh, we could get Kid Icarus, we could get a Mario sports game, we could get like, maybe this game or that game, like maybe a remake of something, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. Last year I was saying that I wanted shit like Smash to come out within like 2 years. I still think Smash was like the thing on the top of everyone's list. Last year I was like, Animal Crossing's old, we're getting a new Animal Crossing. Kid Icarus remake, I can see that happening. Mario sports game, we haven't had baseball in forever. Mario baseball.
Mario football.
Mario football.
Come on.
Mario football. Come on.
It was gonna be made eons ago, but they scrapped it.
But like, yeah, like they just released a bunch of random garbage. Like Mario Kart, sure, we all knew that was gonna happen. But like a DK 3D platformer, a sequel to Air Ride, and
Yeah, it's been very non-conventional this era
yeah. So
far, for sure.
I mean, I'm really just wanting and expecting everything that I was saying this time last year
Because none of it happened within the last year.
yeah, like I would say 3D Mario if it weren't for that leak.
I could see a new Xenoblade. I know that's not really like
Maybe.
something we care too much about, but I could see Monolith pulling something up.
Well, I mean, yeah,
That could be a big game for some people. I'm
For
just
those
I'm
people.
legit. I'm just looking at my Switch library right now, just kind of seeing what we have had recently, like have last gen. Just kind of see if like anything comes up.
yeah, I'm just thinking like, because I'm trying to figure out like what's gonna happen second half of this year, first half of next year. And Smash has come out in the spring, so I'm really just kind of tunnel visioning on Smash because I want it and it's big enough to be like something that people care about, and it's old.
Yeah.
But like you put Animal Crossing in that little hole, that'll work. Kid Icarus remake could work, or like new Kid Icarus could work.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm still on the train. Like we could see another Kirby game soon. I think we're due for a sequel to Forgotten Land, or at least like a new 3D Kirby. I think we could see that
Sure.
show up. I'd be
2D
pretty
Kirby.
confident about it. 2D Kirby. I don't know if they go back to that.
Like ever?
No, not ever, but I feel like they just dropped, like, the last Kirby game they made that wasn't, like, a port or a remake was
Star
Forgotten Land.
Allies? Oh. For 2D, Star
For
Allies?
2D was Star Allies, but,
That game
the
was kind of tough.
the last, actual Kirby game that was made was Forgotten Land, and that was 22.
Yeah, I know.
So, I feel like we could see what what's it called, Hal's working on pretty soon. I think that's a huge possibility.
I hate Kirby. I actually hate playing Kirby. It just sucks. It sucks. You dedicate time to Kirby, but you won't dedicate time to Donkey Kong. 2D Donkey Kong. Which one's better?
2D Donkey Kong, I'll tell you that. I will say, though, I fucked heavy with Forgotten Land. 3D Kirby...
I never played it.
Actually fucked hard. It was really good. It was really good.
Which one's better? I didn't play that.
I'd low-key probably take Forgotten Land over Bonanza. Just tell how much I dislike Bonanza.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn,
'Cause
bro.
I'm like the exact opposite on Bonanza. I
I like Odyssey better than Bonanza.
Did you like Odyssey?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Donkey Kong is
That's
my
weird.
favorite franchise. But Odyssey is better.
That's
They're
crazy.
they're
We
the
have like
same
very
shit.
flip
They are,
opinions.
but it's just I'm more disappointed in how they did Donkey Kong with that. It doesn't feel like a Donkey Kong game. It just feels like bullshit.
Yeah, it feels more like an Odyssey game, like a Mario.
Like they did all this bullshit, and then at the end they get King K. Rool and all the Kremlings and stuff like that. Why can't we go to Donkey Kong Island, then we can go to the Kremlin Island, then we can go to the whatever, blah blah blah. We can go to spaces we have actually seen before. It just feels like Odyssey did like places you've never seen and places you've never been to in a Mario game before. And Odyssey did it fine. Odyssey's still not the best thing, but at least I feel like the movement's better in Odyssey. Because you can't,
I kind of disagree with that. I think the movement in Bonanza is better.
Really?
Personally.
No.
I think
you have to stop, pick up a chunk, and then it depending on it will run out.
But, roll is still...
And you could
rolling
roll.
as Donkey Kong is still faster than rolling as Mario.
Well, I mean...
And,
yeah, bro, this guy plays the GameStop kiosks. Don't test me.
I do hold the world records.
No lie.
But, what's it called? I think Bonanza gives you a little bit more, like, free flow, like, movement. Like, climbing and, like, jumping off stuff. Ripping stuff out of the ground and being able to jump off that. Like, a lot of shit like that. I don't know.
Just the gameplay loop. Just punching. One button, punching. It just gets boring.
I feel like they did it a lot to try and subvert that in a lot of areas. At least me personally. I haven't played, I haven't done a playthrough of that game in a minute.
They try to do, like, these clever, puzzles.
Yeah. I haven't, like, run through the game since I played it.
And replayability, just not there. I know you like, what is it called?
Emerald Rush.
Emerald
I
Rush.
was about to say, like, replayability. I do agree with you on that. I think replayability in Bonanza is...
Replayability in Odyssey is...
Not all there. There's no replayability in Odyssey.
There's a whole post-game.
Post-game's like half filler moons.
Darker Side and Dark Side just offers a
That's
challenge.
all they did.
I would want that for Bonanza, making harder stuff.
Like, I don't even know, like, Darker Side, I'll give you Darker Side. I think it's crazy that they made the brutal fights moon gravity. Or did they?
I don't
Did they do
know.
that?
I didn't play that
Wasn't
shit.
Or did they reset? Or did they reset gravity? And I don't remember.
I totally did play it. I just don't remember.
It's been so long, dude. But I remember not fucking much with the replayability of Odyssey, just because a lot of the moves were very filler. Just like kind of, hey, we're padding out the moon total so you can get like 999.
I tried to post game Bonanza. And you have to find all the bananas.
Yeah.
If you bought the DLC, it's hard. It's easier to get gold, and then you can get the maps to bananas. But there's some I can't even find with them on the map, and you have to do like trials. The trials are fun, but that's after getting every single. It's like increments of 200 bananas.
That's true.
And then you get.
I'll be so rude with you. I still haven't touched like half the Bonanza.
Yeah, I only have like 450 out of like 700 or 900.
I forked $20 over to Nintendo, and I just played the shit out of Emerald Rush. That is the extent of my time with Bonanza in recent months.
I'm watching Mario and Donkey Kong argue about whose game is better. Like, I'm just sitting here with my hands behind my head, like, I'm playing Zelda. I don't care.
The Donkey Kong fans arguing the Mario game's better. The Mario fans arguing the Donkey Kong game
That's
is better.
hilarious to me.
How does that even work?
I'm just sitting here tranquil as fuck.
He's gotta chill, isn't he?
I'm waiting for the next Zelda. I don't care.
I'm waiting for the next Smash Bros, dude.
Everyone's waiting for that.
I'm waiting for Galaxy 3. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's gonna be crazy.
If I see Nintendo Direct next year and I see like
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
The fucking sky and like it's like nighttime, the stars are hitting. Galaxy 3 logo shows up. We're
jumping out the gym, bro.
It's over.
I was actually thinking,
I'll be the most annoying motherfucker on the planet if Galaxy 3 shows up because it has to happen. It has to fucking happen,
think it's
right?
gonna happen.
It has to happen.
Like, I was thinking about, like...
ports dropped, they added a storybook to the second game, and then they added an epilogue to that shit just out of the fucking blue.
Yeah,
they dropped Amiibo for it, and like there's no way.
The movie.
Yeah. Why the hell would you drop the Amiibo?
Well, there is
ports?
a universe where all that stuff, like the ports and stuff, was for marketing for the movie, and the movie and all that is not marketing for a game.
I will say for sure the movie, the games were marketing for the movie. Having the ports of that shit on Switch, and I guess like the Amiibo being there close to the movie's release date, I get. What I don't understand is why we're just all of a sudden dropping more storybook shit into Galaxy 2 and 1.
Here's what I think, right? When you guys were talking about whether Odyssey or Bonanza works better, I was trying to think of, like, which one I liked better, because I was like, I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, I feel like either way, we've kind of just, like, hit a peak with Mario, like, 3D Mario movement. Like, I don't really feel like either one really has an edge on the other because they're just like meant to be different. Like one of them is meant to be like destruction and one of them is meant to be movement.
Yeah,
But
they
it's
were
like,
definitely going for something very.
when I
unique with
think of
Donkey
that,
Kong.
right, and I think about like how long it's been since the last 3D Mario, I find it hard to believe that they would go from that to doing something as linear as Galaxy. But I'm thinking like the next Mario is probably going to be more sandboxy and open. But I'm thinking that they release a Galaxy like Mario Maker, because I feel like in the next year, like
I remember
between
you saying something like this.
yeah, because I'm thinking like there is a lot of Galaxy stuff going on, and between not having a holiday thing besides Ocarina this year,
Yeah.
and having like the awkward ass time of spring, I feel like the most we can expect is like a big spin-off, and like Mario Maker having like some Galaxy stuff in it would probably fit that bill pretty
Like
well.
create your own galaxy and share it
Yeah.
around with people.
Yeah.
Honestly, that
like
sounds
I
pretty
could
cool.
see a 3D Mario Maker.
Donkey Kong
happening.
Maker.
Donkey Kong Maker. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm just
But-
saying that like I don't think that even with Zelda, like most people still consider like Ocarina, Majora's Mask, and like Link to the Past are still like pretty consistently high up there in terms of people's favorites, even after the Wild era.
stuff. Yeah.
But I don't think that they're gonna go back to that simply because they find it restricting now.
Yeah.
Like I don't like you can't have the Wild era and then release something like Ocarina afterwards. Like it's
I get
just
what you're saying with this. I don't know though. I feel
if
like
there were a Galaxy 3, it would be so different from the first two that I don't think it would even be called that. Like I think they could have, I don't know. Like, remember how in the Wii U era everyone thought every subtitle was gonna be Universe. I think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be like that because I feel like they could.
Super Mario Universe,
Like a
we finally
spiritual
get it.
successor baby of Odyssey and Galaxy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess,
Like
yeah,
I
I
think
could
that
see
they
that
could do
happening.
like I think they could do like some Galaxy themed thing, but I think it works better with Mario Maker just because I feel like it would be really hard to revert the design philosophy back to
I don't know.
that because Galaxy was born of like the Wii's control scheme. Like you couldn't control the camera. It was mostly motion based. And now that we're holding controllers like this again. It's
Yeah.
not like Galaxy doesn't really like it works with it, but if the Wii had a controller like the Switch 2 Pro controller or the Switch Pro controller, Galaxy would not have existed. So I just don't really see like there are things pointing to Galaxy something, which is like maybe Mario Maker, but like I really don't think that the Switch 2 is conducive to Galaxy 3 and how you're imagining it because I just don't think that like
I don't know. I just like 3D Mario started out with that sandbox, more sandbox style. Odyssey went back to that after Galaxy 2, 3D Land, 3D World, and I mean shit. For all I know, we could just be getting a more expanded version of Bowser's Fury. I don't know.
Or Sunshine too.
Or Sunshine 2. Yeah, like we could be getting or Mario 64 HD remake, whatever the fuck.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Like,
it's gonna
we
be more
could see
Bowser's
something like
Fury
that.
types thing.
And I would love to see that. I really hope that they are doing something with, like what Bowser's Fury did because I love that game. But as someone who we've jumped back and forth between these different styles of 3D Mario, I feel like it would be a little annoying to a lot of people that we just got Odyssey just after 8 years is crazy, but
Help.
we just had Odyssey, last 3D Mario's Odyssey, and that game, went back to what a lot of people wanted, and now we're jumping back to that linear style, but I don't know.
I feel like it's going to be more it's the next Mario game is going to be more Bowser's Fury than Galaxy, like in terms of gameplay. Like I just don't
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of like design philosophy, that's just where it's going to lean.
Is that really a bad thing though? 'Cause
No, it's not a bad thing.
The best movement in any 3D Mario game is Mario 3D World with the new dive and the cat suit. That is better than Odyssey. That is better
I'll be
than
so I
Galaxy.
Agree. I do agree.
It
Yeah,
is the
yeah, no, it's
smoothest
not a bad
feeling.
thing. That's like my guess. That's not like a wish. I just wish for something fun, and I don't really think I've played a Mario game that I thought wasn't fun. I thought Odyssey was kind of tedious, but it was fun. But like, yeah, no, I
don't
just
know.
don't like. I feel like if we're getting Galaxy anything, it's gonna be a Mario Maker because I feel like Galaxy's linearity allows it to be more Mario Maker ready.
Yeah, I hear you. I
and
feel
I
like they
like-
can... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to talk about Zelda. I'm sorry.
I
We
hear
can
you.
do that.
I think like there is something to be said about linearity. I think that if I were to change anything about Tears of the Kingdom, it would be to make it more linear. And I
do
really,
agree.
I
I
really,
agree, especially in the story.
I really, really hope the next big Zelda game is like a fusion between Tears and Ocarina because that would be so fire. Like
That does
imagine,
sound really good.
imagine like the world of Tears, but there's like a path. There's like a certain way that you have to go to unlock the story, or like the story unveils itself in certain ways, depending on where you go. Like, you can have all of the open-ended puzzles you want, all the open world you want, but like, give me a narrative to follow.
Like Divine Beasts.
Yeah, but like, imagine if like, did you play Tears of the Kingdom?
I only play Breath of the Wild.
Damn.
Should I play Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah, it's
I
fire.
think you should. I like that game a lot better than Breath of the
Bro,
Wild.
I picked up
personally.
Breath of the Wild day one. Me and Caleb, we went to Ganon naked. We tried our hardest, and I was like, damn. And I never touched it again. Damn.
I'll tell you this.
It was hard, man. Where you had a pot lid.
We tried to get a few Divine Beasts, but I mean, I got like.
And then there was our neighbor Andrew who beat the game like 6 times.
That's true. He was the GOAT. I don't know why he liked it so much.
He was the goat.
Dude, that guy had like 6 save files of Breath of the Wild, all completed, all 100%ed. I think he got all
He
the
tried to get your
Karachi.
amiibo to get the Master Bike or something. I remember.
That's ridiculous. 100%ing that game 6 times is ridiculous. But no, anyway.
But I'll tell you this, Tears of the Kingdom, personally, I loved it so much more than Breath of the Wild. You know, like, I didn't really care for it too much when it came out. It took me, like, 2 years to beat it? I was playing the shit out of Tears of the Kingdom that summer that it dropped.
You know
Like, oh my
how
God, it's
in
so good.
Breath of the Wild you can get like the memories to unlock the Champion's Tunic?
Yeah.
I don't remember in that game if there were like a specific location or not. But in Tears of the Kingdom, the story is unveiled to you pretty similarly. Like you have to go to these certain places and trigger cutscenes. But the cutscenes are all tied to which place you go to, and there's no guarantee that you'll go in the right direction. So I feel like
So you could end up getting, like, the last
yeah, like
thing
the
that's,
like you could literally
complete
end
with
up
no
like
context.
you'll get off the tutorial island, fly straight down, go like left randomly, and end up at the last cutscene and just know the ending. It's stupid.
Yeah. That's
But like that was like the one thing I had an issue with that game. That and after you beat all of the temples or like Divine Beasts or whatever, it plays the same cutscene over and over.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Like there's like
all
this
4 of the
exposition.
sages, all 4 of the sages doing, like, the imprisoning war thing.
Yeah, like they
And
tell
all have
you
the
about
exact same dialogue.
they tell you about like the lore of how they got to where they are, but it doesn't change at all. And it's like if you
It's
just
the exact same generic thing.
yeah, like there was so many really easy solutions to that story, and I feel like if they had something like that, like if they just made Tears of the Kingdom again, but made the main quest like a little bit more linear and like guided you to where you needed to go, and or changed how cutscenes work so that they weren't hard coded to a specific location, that would be so peak. Because the ending of that game is fire. Like
Yeah, agreed.
Well, don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, no, but I'll tell you.
There's
Ganon gets
fucking-
defeated. Oh.
there's two points in that game. One of them has to do with the memories, and the other is just like the ending of the main story. And they're both amazing, but they would have hit so much harder
If linear.
if it was
You know, you
told
got
the way.
everything in the right order.
I would highly recommend looking up the order of the memories because they're not hard to find. Like most people when they
Yeah,
hear like
there's like what you fly over the like Hyrule.
they give you the
and
first
it's, like,
one.
This whole they give you the first one, but then it's like this big giant like shape on the ground that
Yeah.
you can see all like the little spots in if you're high enough.
Yeah, so like most people when they hear like Zelda, like look up this Zelda puzzle, they're like, "Oh man, it's going to be hard," but like just look up the order.
All right.
So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's so much better if you go that way. I also
I think I still have my Switch 1 copy too. If you want to just borrow that and you get the Switch 2 edition
Of
for
Tears of
free.
the Kingdom?
Yeah, you get the Switch 2 edition for free.
I
'Cause, Switch
also
Online.
there's an amiibo coming out for her. Are you
Minoru.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, don't look it up.
Okay.
But like that's a secret in Tears of the Kingdom that I also just found out completely by mistake.
Oh yeah.
There's literally a whole side quest, like a 3-part side quest that you have to do to like get this thing. And I straight up went to the fucking, like, imagine there's a quest in Breath of the Wild. There isn't one, but like imagine if there was a quest where you could like clear the Lost Woods and like go straight down and like find the Master Sword. I didn't do that, and like I just went into like the Lost Woods and literally just like walked randomly until I found the thing. And then I found it and I was like, oh shit, this is so cool. And then I did this other side quest after I beat the game. I was like, oh my god, there's more stuff. And it just like led me back to where I was. I was like, I was like, oh damn. But like, yeah. Sorry. All that is to say that Nintendo has ditched linearity as like the primary like driving force behind their games, but I do think that they could use more of it.
I do agree with that. I think that, Breath of the Wild had this whole thing with like, the open world thing and everyone was copying it. But I think we've gone so long without something like, linearity doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Yeah, no, between
You know,
Odyssey, Bowser's Fury, and Bonanza, and between like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, they've learned too much and had too much fun with like the problem solving and the development of open-ended and like complex puzzles and like problem solving. But I think that like they have also learned that there are some issues when you make a game that are just best solved by giving you a path. You can, I think it was really inventive to like tell the story of Breath of the Wild through memories. Like you go to these certain places and you're like, oh, I have flashbacks. Like this
Right.
place was significant.
your character has amnesia, all that.
Yeah,
shit, so
like-
you kind of learn.
Yeah, like
alongside the character.
It was creative, but especially in Tears of the Kingdom, like it's just not how you're supposed to deliver a story. It's a
Yeah.
really cool way to do it, but it doesn't have the payoff. Like
It just doesn't hit.
it's just a better medium to tell it the way you want it to be told. But
To go back to the linearity thing you were talking about, this is something I want to mention just while I have it on my mind is, we're talking about this, like, Mario kind of can't go back. Like, it doesn't feel like it could. I say this, having just replayed both Galaxy games, like, I completely 100%ed Galaxy 2. I feel like there's a lot of room for the linear style of Mario to grow. And I think a Galaxy 3 would be the perfect way to do that. And also, you could chuck in some, open world elements into that. Like something like Mario Odyssey having a lot of like the linear levels and stuff. They still have ideas for that sort of style of game. And I think having something like a Galaxy 3 where, you have a much better movement system than what we had in the first two. And just, letting the dev team, throw all of their ideas out there again onto something that's, after what Galaxy 2 came out in 2010.
yeah.
After
That's what
so
I was
long
saying
of-
with like the Mario Universe thing. Like I think Galaxy
I don't know. You can find there's a lot of like replayability you can find, and like a lot of Galaxy 2, Comet Medals and Green Stars. There was a lot of exploration in all of those levels. Like even just with them being linear, a lot of it still came down to you can stretch off the main path and you can add a lot of depth to these levels without necessarily jumping into a sandbox like here's Toast Arena and then half the damn map is just sand and maybe an oasis. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
think Mario's Kingdoms felt too expansive. You could get to like main points pretty fast.
Oh no,
just by
for sure. But I know, like, I'm talking about there's like what I just mentioned with Sand Kingdom. There's a lot of empty space in them still. you know, not every kingdom is like that. Metro Kingdom is one of them where I feel like it's very well made. Something like I don't know, something like Luncheon Kingdom, I also think was pretty fine.
I fucking hated Luncheon Kingdom. I got stuck in that shit for like 60% of my playthrough.
Golly.
Damn, I wouldn't let that happen to me. Just saying.
I mean, most like 50% of that 60% was the game not being turned on, but
That's hype. But
you're
I don't know. I feel like but we could I could definitely see them, you know, going back to and expanding on the linear style to kind of make it feel more like a hybrid, if that makes sense.
it could be a hybrid.
I don't think it's like gone for good.
I mean, I'm just thinking like.
And low key, I'm just trying to fuel my cope for this.
No,
damn
I mean,
Galaxy 3, dude.
if it is Galaxy,
bad.
if it is Galaxy 3, I'm just saying it would be significantly different than the first two in the sense that they have.
I definitely expect it to be,
Yeah, like
but I think they're.
it's kind of like how Galaxy 2 is to 3, how like Mario Bros. U is to Wonder. Where
that
it's like,
honestly is perfectly fine.
yeah, no,
I'm
that's
perfectly
what I'm
fine
saying.
with that because you keep the core of the kind of style of game intact.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're so far removed from the first two Galaxy games that it would be very, very, very jarring if, you know, we just went back to that engine, the really, you know, what's it called? The really vertical movement and the stiff linear, like horizontal movement being the way it was. I think this is weird because I had this weird ass dream about a Galaxy 3 just kind of looking the exact same as the first two games.
I wouldn't fly.
It was weird as shit, but I was like, dude, you know, we've been sitting here for how long, and we're going back to the exact same kind of movement system. I think this new Galaxy game would have to be a kind of evolution of, what's it called? It would be like an evolution of everything that's come from, like, you know, the first two games, and then, you know, throw some Odyssey in there, throw some 3D World in there. I still think 3D World, 3D World was fucking phenomenal. I love that game. And I think, you know, what, Bowser's Fury took a lot from that. I could see that. Oh, you know what?
I think the next game is going to be more Bowser's Fury than anything.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. You know, random ass idea that just popped into my head. You know how in Bowser's Fury it's just that one area, and you know you keep getting cat shines and like more shit pops up over time. What if they did something like that with Galaxy? You know, you have like maybe like, I don't know, a few galaxies, you know, not as many as the first two games, but, you know, you have some galaxies, some, like, landscapes and shit. But as you collect stars, more stuff opens up in the level instead of, you know, it shows up as, like, a prankster comet. Or, you know, you just, you know, clear your one star and you get the second one. Or some shit like that. They kind of keep that...
Like branching paths and new stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
imagine a Good Egg Galaxy, right? Where you have that initial planet and you fly over to, you know... Kind of like a Hungry Luma, except you clear the main path to get access to, like, the next part of the level. Kind of like how Sonic Colors on this is such a weird ass reference, but how Sonic Colors on the Wii just took out transitions from, like, Act 1 to Act 3 or some shit, right? Because there's like code or like there's like built into the map where where level
That's so fire.
where levels just kind of would connect to each other normal.
But I tried to boot up Sonic Colors Ultimate on my PC because we share a library. I remember 100% of that on my Switch because you gave me your card. And I tried to listen to the music because literally the music is the best part. And it was dumbass remixes. So I was like, oh my god, do you have colors on? Do you have original colors on here? You didn't have it. I'm not emulating that shit, so I'm not busting out my Wii. So how am I going to play that shit and listen to the actual music?
Just take my damn game card again.
Bro, on the Wii?
On the Switch.
Sonic Colors is on the Switch?
Ultimate.
That has the dumb remixes.
I'm going up here because that shit was hurting my back.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we wrap up soon?
I was about to say, yeah, we probably should wrap up soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I could see Galaxy 3 going a lot of different ways, but
Jesus Christ. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like that it would be jarring. Everyone that isn't us right now, I feel like is expecting Bowser's Fury. Because
I feel like I'm still expecting Bowser's Fury. I just am coping hard with Galaxy 3. I need that shit in my life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think, I know that you're like the biggest Galaxy guy ever.
It's true.
But like, there is a lot of galaxy-oriented things happening. Like, the movie, like, let's be honest, Galaxy was just kind of like the name for that. Like,
no,
they
for
didn't
sure.
they didn't
They
make
just
that
kind of
movie.
stuck the Galaxy name on there and
Yeah.
said, "Have fun."
And I think that, to be honest with you, I think they re-released 1 and 2 because of the movie, because they were just like, oh, well, people don't know this isn't actually Galaxy, the movie.
Yeah.
And, like, the Amiibos are kind of like in that same vein. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, stop laughing, it's making me laugh. But I don't know. I think that Galaxy, even with, like, before that, like, 64 and Sunshine were way more open and way more movement heavy because they were just more traditional, like, game consoles. Galaxy was mostly born of a need to streamline the controls because the Wiimote was different.
Yep.
And it was... the game itself came out of that necessity. And I just don't think that we haven't had anything like it before or since, because Mario has always pushed for that more movement, exploration heavy.
I would argue 3D World was pretty close.
To Galaxy? I
Yes.
mean, maybe.
I think in terms of the level design and the style of everything,
I guess.
think it clears in the movement department.
Yeah.
But I think 3D World was a very interesting way forward for the series after, Galaxy and then 3D Land shows up. So it's like, hey, let's make it one on the Wii U. Why
Yeah,
not?
I just
but I
think-
think they had a lot of it felt very similar. It felt a little more streamlined, low key, than the Galaxy games because 3D World, but it was interesting to see them kind of take that into a new, like a different direction, and I think we could see that happen again with Galaxy. I think we could just chuck that kind of style into it, better movement system, more collectibles, more shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think if there is a Galaxy 3, like if it's called that, it would resemble 3D World more than anything else.
And honestly, I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm
I
not
would be
either.
mad at
I'm just
that.
saying that I think that the 3D Mario, like, formula has had so much. They've worked so much on it from every angle.
Yep.
Like, Galaxy was the more linear version. Odyssey and, like, Sunshine 64 were the more exploration versions, and then
Yep.
3D Land and World were somewhere in between. Like, they've come at it from every angle, and I just don't see a reason why the straight linear Galaxy one would be the one that they choose. I think it's going to
I think
resemble...
3D World was more linear than the Galaxy games, though. No,
Not really.
I mean, there's
They're like
I don't know.
they're pretty similar.
They're similar. I think the 3D games, are a little bit more linear style, but they're very close. I feel, and I don't know. Like, where do you go after Odyssey? Like, you went through the entire globe.
Well, you act like Odyssey was like great.
Yeah, but like the premise, you can't just do a whole globe spanning adventure again. You've already covered like most of the continents. And then, the other half of the planet, if we're going off of what, has been established, is DK Island.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Like 64, you're jumping in paintings. Sunshine, you go on a vacation.
Yeah.
Mario is
still.
it's never really followed like that structure of like, oh, we need to go bigger, bigger, bigger. It's just kind of like a whatever the idea.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that
For
like
sure. But...
they're gonna go for like gameplay first and like setting after.
Oh, no,
and I think that like
absolutely.
setting is probably gonna be Galaxy, but like that's the only way I can see Galaxy getting any sort of like main focal attention.
I hear you.
Is like the backdrop. Anyway, that being said, I don't really have any expectations for the rest of this year for Switch 2,
Yeah. Neither do I, really.
which is really sad. I'm gonna keep coping for Smash until it happens because it's just been way too long.
Yeah.
And
We'll get there eventually.
there's nothing else big enough to matter. Like they're making things up that they want to matter. Like Ocarina is like, yeah, it's a big game, I guess. Like it's I don't know if I would call it a holiday thing. I don't know if any of the things last year I would consider holiday. Mario and Pokemon are holidays, yeah, sure. But, like, on the third year is the first time you get a holiday title. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
That's a little odd.
Yeah, but like, whatever. I just think they're running out of big, heavy hitters, which is weird because the generation just started and there were tons of ideas. Mm-hmm. But, like, I just don't understand where or how the schedule is going to work. Because I just expected a lot more.
Yeah.
Which is my fault, but whatever.
I don't know. After you come off of an era like the Switch 1, where, 2017 was this massive blockbuster hit, and then, 2018 you get a little more of, like, the smaller franchises, and then Smash.
That's the thing, though, is, like, the Switch 1 generation lasted for 7 years?
8.
8 years. And...
No, it was 7, you're right.
There was...
No, it was 8.
Yeah, 2017 to 2025.
Yep.
That's 8 years. There was never a point where it felt like it was dead. Like,
yeah,
there were droughts, sure. But, like...
I mean, 2020 probably would have been...
2020 was understandable, though. Like, I'm saying that, like, barring...
Like, I don't know. We'll never know for sure because COVID.
Yeah, like... The only time the Switch ever lost steam was during a genuine extinction event. And it's like...
Yeah.
Before that, 2017 was, like, actual god tier. 2018 was Smash and a bunch of, like, Wii U stuff yeah. because
Wii U ports.
They spent time developing it, so, like, why not? Like, it just... All it served to do was round out the Switch's library, which was, like, that's not a bad thing,
and then
ever.
off the year with Smash Bros. So
yeah. And then 2019 was... I forgot.
Mario Maker, Fire Emblem, Luigi's Mansion...
yeah, like...
There's one other thing I'm missing.
Some chunky spin-offs.
Pokemon. Pokemon was in there.
Chunky spin-offs, right?
Yeah, and Pokemon.
Yeah, and then...
2020 was a pandemic. 2021 had Metroid Dread.
Yeah, but we had Party. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing that's right. Yep. Animal Crossing at the beginning of the year. That was big. Mm-hmm. That was a big one. 2021 we had Metroid Dread. We had Mario Party. We had something else. There was something else in there. What else came out in 2021? Shit, what else came out in 2021? I don't even remember.
Was it King or
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? I mean,
when did Mario and Rabbids come out?
Mario Rabbids was 2017, and then Sparks of Hope was 2022.
Okay, yeah, the 2022 is what I was thinking of. That and Kirby.
Forgotten Land, Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario Strikers, Switch Sports. Mm-hmm. And then Pokemon Legends Arceus was the beginning of that year too.
And then
23.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder, Pikmin 4. A couple other little smaller things in there, mm-hmm. but those were like the big ones.
24 was
NES World Championships, Brothership. Showtime, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Echoes of Wisdom, Jamboree.
Yeah, so, like, there was never a time when the Switch was dead. Some of the years were, like, higher tiers than others, but there was never a point where we were genuinely lost. And if there was, they were working on, like, some random shit. Like, Princess Peach Showtime? Sure, whatever. Like, Mario RPG making a comeback? Sure, whatever. Yeah. And it's like... Yeah, like, okay, like we'll work with that. Like that's awesome. Like yeah. from launch to death, we never went more than like 3 months without a giant like game, unless there might have been like a window in 2020 or 21. But again, people were dying, so I understand.
Yeah,
and it's like. The Switch 2 is like, you get funny looks when you say, oh, Kid Icarus, or, oh, I want Fortune Street again, or, oh, I want F-Zero again.
Fortune Street.
Yeah, like Fortune Street, F-Zero, Kid Icarus. Like, you can't say anything besides 3D Mario, Smash, and Animal Crossing without getting weird looks. And it's like, dude, we're not even 2 years in. Not even 1 year in. How have we run out of so many things already? Like, you gotta start thinking outside of the box, because if you keep, like, if we want to sit here and believe that Smash can only exist as a holiday title, then we're not getting one until 2028. If we want to sit here and believe that everything the hate says is true, then the only thing we can expect this year is Ocarina and not 3D Mario or Smash. If we're going to sit here and believe that Nintendo is only capable of making games that are like tried and true, proven to be series that are like completely like that follow a cadence of like 3 years or less, you can't get anything like Brothership or like what else? You can't get Bonanza. You can't get anything like that. So I'm hoping that we get something like a big spinoff, like a big Mario Maker, some kind of Galaxy thing.
I think we are very much due for a new Mario Maker at this point.
I think we're due
It's
for
been-
Mario Maker, Animal Crossing.
What, 7 years since 2?
Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion, sure. Like,
You see Gold Pop-Tart return to streaming if Mario Maker 3 comes out.
God bless. But like, yeah, I just don't. I find it way more uninteresting to subscribe to the idea that certain games can only release in certain windows.
Oh no, and I've never been saying that Smash is only a holiday title.
No, I know
Like,
you're not saying that, but I'm just saying that like, it's really difficult to believe that it's coming in spring. I think that if you were to say that a Smash Bros. Game is coming in the first 2 years of the Switch 2, people would be like, yeah, that makes complete and total sense. But if you were to say that it's actually not holiday 26 or 27, it's actually spring 27, people are, what? Who are you?
I mean, I get that, but also, you could say the same exact thing about the console launching in summer. Like,
Yeah,
who has dropped a
exactly.
console in the summer? The Switch was
you're
March,
so
which was a
smart.
little weird, but most
gave you a whole
people
calendar
expect
year.
most people expect a console to come out around holiday season. PS5 and Series X came out within a week of each other in the middle of November. The Switch dropped in March, which sure, that's at least towards the beginning of the year. Sure, Wii U was in November, 3DS was in March. So, those 2 months have been kind of proven. Who the hell is expecting the damn console to come out in June?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Not
what I'm saying.
me.
Like I really
So-
don't want to sit here and like, even without Smash, I don't want to sit here and believe that there's anything in spring next year. But I feel like there has to be. Because this direct that is rumored to be coming up is largely going to focus on the rest of this year.
Yeah. And at that
And-
point, what else is there even going to be?
I know, and we've already established that they're either taking a year off or saying to hell with the direct cadence, because the February, June, September, was it?
Yeah.
That's already dead in the water.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just don't know. We totally could get a September direct this year that tells us more about next year. We totally could get a February direct that tells us more about the rest of next year. But I genuinely feel like it's likely that we get a random game announcement
Yeah.
from like social media for next spring than a direct.
And that sucks, dude. That sucks.
I don't really care as long as I get games. Anyway,
Yeah.
do you have anything else you want to add? I'm sorry I talked so much
No,
about
you're,
nothing.
you're good. You're good. That's the podcast. But no, I mean, I think we've got everything down. Like, I'm just walking back over to my shit now. Like, in between last recording and this recording, I bought Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's a regular game card, and that's why
Cool.
I bought
So
it.
we'll talk to you guys next time on the Wonder Zone podcast. Hopefully.
And next week it'll be Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Damn, man.
I know. It's not.
It's so hard to talk about when there's not anything going on, and it's like there totally could be something like random. Like we totally could get like Splatoon Raiders 2 announced this Tuesday. But like,
Damn, one isn't even out yet.
yeah, well, it didn't stop Pokemon from announcing DLC. So
That's true. That
Piece
is
of
true.
Shit, scumbag company.
No shit. Splatoon 4. Splatoon 4 is getting announced.
All right, I'm done.
Bet.
That could come out next year. Splatoon comes out in the summer.
Splatoon 4, because like Raiders is a spinoff.
Yeah, Splatoon comes out in the summer too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could see Splatoon 4 next year. We could.
I still think Animal Crossing is more likely.
Yeah,
Do
I agree. I
don't know.
agree with that. Actually.
Yeah, no,
I think
do.
Animal Crossing is more likely, but we could see Splatoon 4. Like,
just
big
want-
Splatoon 4.
Yeah, Splatoon, Animal Crossing. I don't know. It depends on how big of a game you think Spring can hold.
I mean, Spring's held big games.
Spring has held Smash before.
Yeah. Held It Takes Two, which won Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
like
sorry,
it's
I'm not opening
forbidden,
this can of worms again.
forbidden shit. Like, I don't know.
Thank you for listening.